hello everyone. My name is Josh. This is going to be my first video on this YouTube channel here. Starting a fresh channel out here. I have another channel with a playlist linked on, well, maybe I'll link it down below, but it's another channel there with a lot of my old content that I have from my other channel. Shifting to a new channel. Apologies for if OBS doesn't work well or audio sounds weird. This is the first time using OBS. First time making a video with OBS and a PC. Recently built a PC a month ago or so. So been wanting to make videos with it. Been wanting to shift accounts on my YouTube. So this is the easiest way to do it, I think, is just to start a new one and have a playlist with the old stuff. First and foremost, we'll see about the video editing and stuff like that. Background stuff right now, I know there's a couple things in the back. My wife's printer set up and her Cricut stuff, closet and stuff is open. For interactions, my wife might come in at some point, or we do have a cat, so you might see her either hop out of the closet or walk through the store sometimes. But yeah, that aside, just a little backstory, grew up in early 2000s. My first ever gaming, well, since it's mostly going to be a gaming channel, my first ever gaming device would have been the Game Boy Advanced, and I think the first game I ever played was Super Mario 3. My parents were a bunch of gamers, so to say that game was hard to even start would be an understatement. But yeah, throughout the years, ended up getting a PS2, a DS, the original DS. Nintendo wasn't really my strong suit. PS2, just playing random games. It never really clicked for me as a kid. Like, I was more into sports, playing outside, stuff like that. Yu-Gi-Oh! I was even into Yu-Gi-Oh! Still am. As of recently, I was playing a bit more with the more recent stuff. There's a couple videos on my own channel as well, from Master Duel, Link Evolution, stuff like that. But eventually ended up getting a PSP, which I think was where my gaming addiction, if you want to call it that, started. One of the first games that really gripped me to finish a game and enjoy a game in its entirety would have been a great game by Rockstar Games, which I would hope they bring back, but I doubt they ever will, was Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. That one was one of the starter ones for me. I mean, I'm not a gearhead, but I love cars, JDM stuff especially. I mean, so yeah, that's kind of where it started. Over the years, PS2 was a late bloomer to PS3. I think I got my PS3 the year that the PS4 launched, so it was pretty late. And one thing that happened for me then was there was a little known channel on YouTube called Achievement Hunter. Shout out to Ray, because if it wasn't for him, a lot of this wouldn't have even been an idea or even coming to this point. But Ray was one of the main guys at Achievement Hunter who was actually doing achievement hunting, and they have Gamerscore on Xbox. Obviously, it's trophies on PlayStation. So I said, I kind of want to do trophy hunting. So, I mean, at first it was just playing games, trying to get trophies. A lot of games had platinums. I actually have a platinum trophy tattooed on me here. Let's see if I can get this to show properly here. But playing games first, like blind playthrough, stuff like that, just to enjoy them. And I see, oh, I got a trophy for playing the game. Oh, there's more trophies for doing more stuff in the game. Oh, there's a platinum for getting all the trophies. And then it just kind of like became this thing. I guess the same with like Ray with achievement hunting, just getting achievements, watching a number get higher and higher for my own thing, and then playing a game, getting trophies, getting a platinum, going on PSN profiles, looking at it update, checking my world ranking, my Canada, well, I live in Canada, my country ranking, and it just kind of started from there. The first, the bundle that I got, I ended up getting, my parents ended up buying us, was the 1 and 2 Uncharted bundle with the controller, and then Uncharted 3 came with the console. So, Uncharted first experience with PlayStation 3, one of my favorite franchises, hands down. One of my favorite games will forever be Uncharted 2. And you can't see it now, but in the other room I actually have a poster of it on the wall too. But yeah, so that's kind of where it all started. Now for the name of the channel, when I first got my PS3, I made a username that was kind of with my nickname at the time, but I'm not sure what happened to it. Like, one of those, not blackout, but when the power flickers on and off happened, and when it came back on, it just wouldn't let me log in. So I ended up losing that account. I don't think it got hacked or anything, it just won't let me log into it at all anymore. But I ended up making a second one, and at the time, one of my favorite movie franchises also is Fast and Furious, and the second movie, as bad as people say it still is probably like my second favorite of the entire franchise. 5 being the first, obviously. But the Too Fast, Too Furious, that's where my PSN name comes from. When I tried to input it, it said that I can't have my username start with a number. So that's where the A comes from, and the underscore just to separate it. And I know there's a second name under my YouTube as well, Be Too Slow, Too Serene, which is just an alt account that I have as well now. So that's kind of where that name comes from and the origin of that too. So we've been going at this for, it's 2025, about 13 years now. There was a couple years where stuff peaked. 2016 ended up getting a PS4. We had a lot of games to play. With my friends, we were playing a lot of online stuff, so that's kind of the first time when I started playing online gaming. Like on the PS3, the main things I was playing online would have been Midnight Club LA, just driving around having fun. Uncharted 2 had multiplayer, but it wasn't the craziest thing. Most of it was co-op. And then GTA 5, which is my most played game. I have like over 3,000 hours, which I know isn't a lot, but I have a gigantic catalog of games that I played. So that was like my main thing on PS3 was GTA 5. PS4 comes out, GTA 5 is still a thing, not as much, but like we were playing Overwatch a lot, random games that came up, like OG Fortnite. Like I started playing Fortnite when it was Season 3. And ironically, recently my friends have kind of got me back into it, so we've been playing that a little bit. I have a couple clips for that we might upload. And then, figuring out what PS Plus was just to have it to play online, and then it's like, oh, you get free games every month, and I've never played any of these games. Campaigns, free trophies, might as well. So that's kind of when I started this content creation journey, and I think it was either late 2016 or early 2017 that I started uploading and streaming on Twitch. At the time, it was just the straight console streaming and recording. So I know like one of my first videos was like Uncharted, and it has like the sidebar that has the icon of my PlayStation avatar or whatever it's called, and it had the Twitch chat beside it, and that's just burned into one side, and then the other side is all the gameplay. So that was how it kind of started. Played around with it a little bit. I didn't have a PC to actually fix stuff or run OBS or anything like that, but that's where Twitch streaming started, recording clips, videos, all my stuff. Like my old channel is still up. I didn't take it down. It's just more of a personal channel at this point to watch stuff if I'm watching stuff in the background or with my wife, stuff like that. But in terms of uploading, that's just where all that stuff's from. Majority of it's clipped from PlayStation 4, some from PlayStation 5 as well, but that's just where it's from. Um, so, I was in university at the time. Went to high school, graduated, went to university, started playing PlayStation. Went in first year for engineering, ended up switching to business, got my bachelor's. COVID hit. COVID was, for a lot of people, COVID was really hard. For me, oh my goodness, I was just locked in. I think 2020 or 2019 might have been one of the best years I've had for trophies, because we were just rolling the entire year. In terms of after that, it was a little bit dormant. I was more so playing games for fun or with friends and stuff like that, so I wasn't grinding trophies as much. And then after that, kind of had some shifts with some friends, so, everyone grows up, everyone goes their own way, so it's kind of hard to play with people all the time. Fast forward, met my then girlfriend, now wife. We're living together in an apartment here. We play games together when we can. Sometimes we play separate. So recently, coming to where we are now, we built a PC. It was initially meant for work, but my friends told me that our setup is so good that it's better for gaming than theirs, and they built gaming PCs. So there is a bit of gaming going on in the background. I have a PS5, my wife has a PS5, so there's a lot of that still going on. So brings us to where we are now. I've been wanting to do this introduction with Facecam and OBS and stuff like that for a little while. Haven't got around to it, haven't got the initial energy to want to do it, I remember starting streaming in 2016, and there'd be a handful of people that would come in, either it was for the game, hopefully it was for me. Do I know? No idea. Back then, the becoming an affiliate and stuff like that was so much harder, and I wish it was the way it was now, because I would have been verified on Twitch really easily, holding the 3 viewers for however long, and I'd have streams where there's 10 or more people in there just hanging out. So, hoping with this, the Facecam, OBS, and stuff like that, we can stream on Twitch. Anything I stream on Twitch, for the most part, the VODs were exported onto my YouTube, but again, I didn't have anything for video software and stuff like that, and editing, so it was just straight 1-to-1, uncut, all of that stuff. Now, we have a PC. Facecam is one big thing I wish wasn't a lot of those videos, but it will be now. But also there is times where, my wife might be on our PC playing a game, and I won't be able to stream it with a Facecam on my PlayStation, which at this point right now I don't have a capture card, but is something I'm working on. So that's one thing that's going to change, getting overlays, stuff like that, all that stuff that's down the pipeline, getting donation stuff set up. Having a proper schedule is pretty hard, with work and stuff like that. I'm a teacher, so I do have a lot of more time on my hands at sometimes, but then weekends are kind of busy and stuff like that. So, in terms of the channel, I have a lot of old content of gameplay walkthroughs or playthroughs, let's plays, if you will. I didn't really delve into too much of being like a trophy guide kind of guy. Might be a thing if it comes about. I would love to do stuff like that, help people out. I try, when I see I'm going for certain things, there's bugs and stuff like that in the community, trying to help people out with stuff like that. It would be something I might delve into. In terms of where I am right now with gaming, on my PlayStation right now, it's pretty dead, honestly. Fortnite is really the main thing we're playing right now. There's a couple games in the pipeline that I want to get that are either coming out, have come out recently, waiting for price drops, stuff like that on PlayStation. Um, so, a quick blurb about mobile gaming. I hate it, but there's two games I'm playing right now, mostly because I was meant to be playing them on PC, but then there's times when my wife's on here a lot, so I've been playing them on mobile. Shadowverse, Worlds Beyond, which is the new Shadowverse. If you never heard of it, it's kind of like Hearthstone-ish, but you know, been playing that on mobile. And then there's also Uma Musume, which is a game based on the anime. That's a horse racing anime that's based on a lot of Japanese horse or race horses, I should say, from history. It's a very accurate show. Big fan. I've been playing those on mobile. Bringing that into content, I don't know. Maybe on PC because I do have the accounts linked, but as far as mobile gameplay, probably not. PC. So recently I was playing Schedule 1. I don't know if I continue playing that, to be honest. There was a lot of issues and bugs with the getting new customers, so I kind of dropped it because of that. My wife's been playing it a lot though. There are a handful of multiplayer games that I might play with a couple friends, so I'm just looking off to the side here. Tabletop Simulator, which is great, and there's a lot of games that we'd love to play on there. Phasmophobia, I played that a bit. I played that a lot on console recently. There's a couple of clips up, but I have it on PC now. Lethal Company, Repo, and Peak, three amazing games. Haven't played either of them. Seen a lot of gameplay. I mean, they're popping games. And then a while ago, I want to say closer to COVID time, I watched again Achievement Hunter. Michael and Gavin were playing a game called The Room. I know they played the first two. I didn't know there was four, but I have all of those. So in terms of gameplays, those might be the first kind of videos we see come out of this. I don't know if I'll play them solo or with my wife, maybe. I don't know. That's kind of where the landscape is looking at right now for those. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. So this is the start. How far will we go? How consistent will I be? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's basically it. Again, so the playlist that's on my channel is, I was trying to set it up with YouTube, the joint playlist thing. It's really weird how they have it. Majority of my old content is on there. If you want to take a look back on my old channel, you can find it there, obviously, from there. Probably won't be uploading there anymore. There's a couple of Fortnite clips that might be put out. They're just random stuff. Me and my friends were playing. I was playing on PlayStation, but we were playing on different platforms. So the audios coming through for them were on Discord, which PlayStation doesn't allow or have us be able to record their audio through Discord for some reason. So it'll just be me talking or screaming, whatever's happening at that time. And then the Room playthroughs will come out at some point. Maybe Schedule 1? Maybe. We'll see. Maybe some Shadowverse and stuff like that. Either recording or stream. We'll see. But, thank you for watching. Been wanting to make this video for a long time. Haven't been able to, so it's great to finally be able to do that. Yeah, and if you're coming from the old channel, friends, interested in, seeing what else there is, you can subscribe, like the video. I know everybody does those plugs. I'm not one to want donations, I'm just here to have fun. And, yeah. Oh, and I will say also, if you want to my YouTube name is the same handle as my PlayStation name, the A2Fast_2Furious. If you want to check out my profile, I'll be honest, I don't add a lot of people as friends that I don't know. But if you want to check out, trophies and stuff like that, it's there. I think the level system they have is kind of weird now, but I think I recently hit level 600 and I have about 130 something platinums. I don't remember. The number used to mean more, now it doesn't. So, alright, thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.